What's up, everybody? This is Johnny Basement, and we're back here in the basement for Shane Van Gisbergen entering the Cup Series full-time in 2025. He'll be racing for Trackhouse Racing in the Chevrolet Camaro, number 88. Should have been driving a Ford, but I love the way SVG came over here, dominating the sport. In the road courses especially. Subscribe, bell notice, hit the like button, drop your comments down below. Van Gisbergen made his debut in 2023 in the Cup Series in the inaugural race in Chicago, the road course street race in Chicago, and he won it. It's the first debut in NASCAR history since 1960 when Johnny Rutherford did it in 63. So it's over, not in 1960, 1963. 60 years ago. We're in the basement and mistakes are going to happen. Basement doesn't get any lower than that, guys. Anyway, no one's seen it in 60 years, and he came in here and won that road course. Of course he did. He's a V8 Supercar champion, won in 2016, 2021, and 2022. He's an amazing racer. He decided to make the move to America. He's riding the Xfinity Series this past season. He chose that, which is secondary to the Cup Series, which, again, he's going full-time in. He did run a couple of road courses this season in the Cup Series, and he ran a couple of oval courses. He didn't do as well in the oval, but he ran Watkins Glen. You guys want to see an ending? Pull up SVG versus Chris Buescher or SVG Watkins Glen. Those last two laps between him and Chris Buescher are amazing. Buescher drives a Ford Mustang number 17. Crazy finish in that one between these two. I'm so looking forward to SVG going to full-time Cup Series. I wish he would drive a Ford. Wish he'd drive the Mustang. But I do like a lot of different races. I was a Dale Earnhardt fan, and he drove a Chevy Monte Carlo way back when. So it's not necessarily the manufacturer. For the most part it is, but certain drivers I have a lot of respect for. SVG is one of them. And shout out to him as well, saying he felt like a rookie driving the oval. A lot of people that don't watch NASCAR say, oh, it's just all left-hand turns. He downed that stereotype. He said it's very difficult to drive. It's very difficult to learn. Running 3 wide, 4 wide, drafting, when to move, when not, when to run on the lane, when to run low, all of that stuff. But he's learning it, and because he's one of the greatest drivers in the world, we already know he's going to end up dominating a lot. He's going to win a lot of championships. SVG is not new to driving, not new to certain tactics, not new to drifting, not new to dragging, not new to any of that. He knows how to run. The guy knows how to run, and he knows how to race. So us NASCAR fans love the fact that he did mention that, and that it's not easy. It is not just all left-hand turns. He did... He did give us all a shout out, man, because every racing circuit to me, whether it's V8 Supercars, F1, NASCAR, they all have their pros and their cons, and I'm sure there's some things that are easy and some things that are difficult. Whatever the case, I love all racing, and I just recently in the past year got into V8 Supercars. Unfortunately, they don't show every race over here, so I got to either see them through YouTube or when people send me links in the Discord. Guys, let's get into Shane Van Gisbergen. Let's get into see what this is all about. Let's get it on.
One of the greatest victory taunts in racing history. Let me explain. Our story begins last week when the NASCAR Xfinity Series was racing in wine country at the Sonoma Raceway in California. The twists and turns of the 1.99-mile road course would favor driver the number 97, Shane Van Gisbergen, or we'll call him SVG for short. SVG is a 3-time champion in the Australian Supercars League and is considered to be one of the greatest drivers in the entire world. He would back up that statement when he jumped ship to America to run a one-off race in NASCAR's premier series, the NASCAR Cup Series. In his first ever race, he would end up winning the inaugural Chicago street course race, proving that he could do NASCAR as well. Shane would then announce that he would do a full season in NASCAR's secondary league, the Xfinity Series, with Colleague Racing. We now fast forward to Sonoma, where he would qualify on pole position for the race. On top of qualifying on the pole position, he had just previously won the week prior at Portland, so he was easily one of the favorites for that weekend's race. As the race got well underway, SVG was running up front throughout the entire event. However, differing strategies would have him end up behind a couple drivers for a restart, which would lead to a ginormous pileup at the top of the hill. Once the race got back underway, SVG found himself behind this man. Austin Hill, driver of the number 21. These two drivers had a history with each other, as they had a run-in earlier this season at Circuit of the Americas, yet another road course. Hill and SVG clashed throughout the entire last lap, which would end up costing Hill and SVG the race. This would hurt SVG the most, as that was one of his chances at making the playoffs in the fall. So when SVG was gaining immensely on Hill, fans knew that it was about to get spicy. As SVG got right to the bumper of Hill, the caution would come out for the 21's teammate, the number 2 of Jesse Love. They would restart again with both drivers starting next to each other this time, and this restart would give SVG his chance at getting sweet revenge.
Clear on Doss, barely.
Not for nothing, but Austin Hill flipped off SVG. They haven't mentioned it yet, but I hope they do. I'm laughing a little bit because I would rather hear the roaring of the engines and the intensity and I mean, they might still do it, but to this point, the music is, music's a little cheesy. It sounds like commercials from the 70s or the 80s. Bim, 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 bim. That's all that's in my head watching this. Anyway, let's keep it going.
If he does.
Whoa! On the
Take it over. Yep.
Gisbergen with the race lead. And Austin Hill going in the wrong direction. Mayer is through to second. Austin Green to third.
After this exchange, SVG would easily pull away from second place Sheldon Creed to win his second career Xfinity
dusted
Series
Austin
race.
Hill.
And just like the previous week at Portland, he decided to celebrate his victory in style by doing a victory drift around the track, whilst behind Austin Hill.
Right on Austin Hill, smoked him. Love it. I can't get that music out of my head. It's going to be in my head all day. Sonoma's a tough road course, too. We got about 5 road courses we have over here in NASCAR.
I was watching this race live when it happened. I was laughing so...
I'm sorry. We're doing a racing video. What is with the music that... I'm showing my age here, and if you've never heard of the Love Boat, this would be like ballroom music on the Love Boat from like this... I can't... We're doing a racing video. What's with the music? This video, by the way, was recommended to me by a few people to watch some SVG stuff. So I'll find one in the future. And again, the link to this video will be in the comments down below. But I'm just, wow.
hard when he was doing this. In my eyes, a taunt like this could never be taught, as to drift around the track like he did takes a lot of skill and car control, both of which SVG has. Thank you, Shane, for giving us the greatest victory taunt in not just NASCAR, but motorsports history.
All right, guys. That
Thank you,
was
Shane,
funny.
for giving us the...
All right, listen. What isn't funny is the seriousness that SVG takes this racing, man. This guy is a beast. This guy is in it. And he did enter a couple of Cup Series in the Oval, and he didn't do that well, but he was there. He's learning. The guy is going to be great. Once he gets it down, I guarantee you. 2025, I guarantee you that he is, let's say, within 2 years, he'll be a Cup champion at least one time. He starts at 2025 full time. Let's say by 2028, he has at least one Cup. At least one. My man Joey Logano's going for Cup number 3, trying to be a 3-time champion in the Penske Ford Mustang, Team Penske. That's who we got. Logano, Ryan Blaney, and Austin Cindric. Ryan Blaney is still trying to fight to get in the Final Four, which is on November 10th. November 10th is the Final Four. Logano's already in. Tyler Reddick. Michael Jordan's team, by the way. Michael Jordan has a team. He's an owner. And his driver, Tyler Reddick, just got the second bid. Now there's 2 spots left for the Final Four on November 10th. So the GOAT, Michael Jordan, is already in. his drivers in it. So guys, man, this was a fun video, and it was fun to learn about SVG, and it was that music, man. That's gonna be in my head all freaking day. Anyway, guys, if you see this video in time, I'll be live later on for the New York Yankees versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Game 3 of the World Series, where we are down 2-0. I'll see you guys soon. I'm Johnny Basement. Subscribe, bell notice, hit the like button, drop your comments, and the link to the video, yet again, will be in the comments down below. I am out.